Alright, it is time for a tag video. This is the Desert Island Books tag, and it was created by Stevie over at Sablecot, who I will link in the down bar and in an annotation somewhere because she's awesome and you should totally check her out and subscribe to her if you haven't already. So the premise of this tag is you are stranded on a deserted island and you can have 10 books with you. What do you take? Oh man, this was hard and there is some cheating. But you know what? I defy anyone to actually do this tag without cheating. I don't think that it's possible if you're a book lover. So there are definitely some instances where the book is actually a series of books, or in one case, everything an author has ever written. But you know what? Whatever. It's my video. I can do whatever I want. Fuck the police. So I'm really excited about this tag. A, because I think it's going to be really interesting to watch everybody's videos, and B, I try really hard to be really fair and even-handed in my book reviews to try and give you an accurate depiction of the book and whether or not you will like it. So I'm basically going to use this as an opportunity to just unapologetically gush about things that I like. These really aren't in any particular order. I mean, you're already asking me to narrow down my favorite books to 10. I can't rank them as well. You are asking too much of me. I'm really defensive in this video today. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna go with this one first because it should surprise absolutely no one who has been watching this channel, and that is the Magician series by Lev Grossman. Hopefully I will not get sent to this deserted island until after the third one comes out, but yeah. I have been constantly talking on here about how much I love these books. They are just, oh, they're so good. I'll put annotations to my reviews if you're curious. The Magicians, the first book in the series, is one of those books that feels like it was written specifically for me. Oh man. I really love it. This next one should also be unsurprising. I think it's going to be on a lot of people's lists, and that is the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I mean, yeah, these books were basically my childhood, and I think they were for a lot of other people as well. Also, the practical part of me was like, well, there's 7 books, and most of them are over 500 pages long. I'm getting a lot of oomph out of just that one slot, right? Genius. I like how I'm attempting to beat the system in this hypothetical tag video. Next up is probably my biggest cheat, and that is the collected works of David Sedaris. I only have 2 of his books for some reason, which is ridiculous because I love him. But yeah, if you are not familiar with David Sedaris, he writes just these really funny short essays about his life and his family. He's just really, really funny. Like, he writes about growing up gay in the South and about living in New York in his 20s. And there's a really hilarious one in Me Talk Pretty One Day about his time as a performance artist that I love. Just really good, really funny. A+ David Sedaris. Next we have A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. Oh my god, I love this book. Now, a lot of people really enjoy this book, but I found that the people who really, really love it are the ones who are like me. Girls who read this book as kids and who were awkward and nerdy. Because if you were the weird smart girl, Meg Murray, man. Meg Murray was so formative to my sense of self. I need to reread this, actually. It's been a while. Next I have High Fidelity by Nick Hornby. My friend Chris, every time this book comes up in his presence, he insists that every 13-year-old girl should be issued a copy of it. Because High Fidelity is basically about dudes and how their brains work. And really, that can only be helpful. And I would definitely agree with that, but I think the thing that makes me really identify with High Fidelity is that it's about characters who are obsessive about pop culture, which is me. Love it. Excellent. Alright, my next choice would be Lamb by Christopher Moore, the subtitle of which is The Gospel According to Biff, Christ's Childhood Pal. I love Christopher Moore, and this is the first of his that I read, and it is easily my favorite. So this is a book about the lost years of Jesus. Because, I mean, if you're familiar with the Bible, the story is presented as thus. Jesus is born. There's a brief mention of him when he's 12, and then he's a 30-year-old man. So this is all the, like, missing pieces in between all of that. And it's a comedic book, but it's actually very reverent to, you know, the idea of Jesus as a person and a religious figure. And Christopher Moore is just really good at combining humor and pathos and philosophy and violence and sex, and it's, which is just everything I could possibly want in a book. My next pick would be To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I don't think I would pick this as my personal favorite book, but if I had to pick one American novel to represent us as a country to people from elsewhere, I would probably pick this one. I think To Kill a Mockingbird is the book that just best represents the ideals of my country. My ninth choice would be The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. This might be my favorite novel. It's definitely my favorite classic novel. So many people don't like this book, and that makes me sad. I'm just like, but it's the great epic American tragedy. And it's so beautifully written. I think a lot of people might not like it because they were forced to read it for school. So if that is the case, you should give The Great Gatsby another chance. It's so good. Next up is another series, but it's not cheating because I have a bind-up. And that is the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series by Douglas Adams. First of all, let's discuss how awesome my bind-up is. It's got the gold-edged pages, and it's got the ribbon bookmark, and it's actually fairly compact considering there are 5 books in here. And this is perfect because when I want to reread the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I want to just reread the whole series one right after the other. I think this edition might be out of print, actually. I found it randomly in a Borders one day, and I have never seen another copy since. But yeah, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is just a classic of both humor and science fiction writing. And I don't know, there's just something so cozy about it. I don't know, reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's just like the literary equivalent of eating homemade soup. If that makes sense. Yes, if you have not read this, you need to. It's very funny and it's very smart. And finally, and this last one reveals what an incredible dork I am, I would take my omnibus of the complete works of William Shakespeare. Yeah, I bought this thing back in high school because I got it into my head that I should read all of William Shakespeare's plays, which is something I still intend to do. But yeah, so far I've read 4. 2 of them were for English classes, and I haven't read a single thing out of here since I was in high school. But if I take this with me to this deserted island, then I can probably finish that up and get on that. So yes, those are my Desert Island 10. I tag everybody because I think it's really cool and I think you should all do this. If you do, be sure to leave it as a video response to Sable Cott's original video, which I will link down below. And that is it for me today. I will see you soon. Bye.